What is going on, everybody? We are here near the Museum of Natural History on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. We're going to be walking back to 59th Street and Central Park South. Beautiful night out, very quiet. And we have the ABX girl here. What's up, ABX girl? What's up? What's up? What's going on? No skateboard today. I couldn't bring it. I was actually out eating at a Thai place on the Upper West Side. Now we're just going to be walking back to 59th Street. So welcome everybody to the chat. We are here near the Museum of Natural History, Columbus Avenue. Fred T, what's going on, man? What's up, Fred? Hey, Philman76, what is up? So here we are at the Museum of Natural History, the Theodore Roosevelt Park, right here. Hope everybody's doing well. It is the day after the hurricane, but it looks like we didn't get any, really didn't get anything major. I think just parts of the Bronx, also some parts of Long Island were flooded, but besides that, we are good. Hey, Fred T said good day in the market today. I like the market broad rally. Yes, it was a big rally day on Wall Street with the indices finishing at new all-time record highs. Absolutely. Hey, Mr. Bone Man, what's up, man? What's going on, Mr. Bone Man? We're just gonna be walking back to my apartment from the Upper West Side. Beautiful night out. So hope you're well. Yeah, but Fred T, it was a broad stock market rally today. The ABX girl says, wow, I hear crickets. Williamsburg and Red Hook was flooded. Yeah, that's crazy. That's wild. But here, there was pretty much nothing. Anywhere in Midtown Manhattan, the Upper West Side, we really didn't get much. Hey, what's up, Sally? Sally says, hello, Tom. Just got my second dose of vaccine today. I am feeling wonderful. Awesome, Sally. Always good to hear that. I'm glad that you didn't have any side effects, so it's perfect. Hopefully it stays that way for you. Fred T says my cruise stocks were up nice. Funny. Yeah, so it was exactly what I look for, right? So before the market opened, if you looked at futures, you had a broad rally in crude oil. So if you see crude oil having a big bid pre-market, and then you see the 10-year yield stable and the dollar lower, that usually means it'll probably be a positive day for the broad indices. Hey, and we have Gigi NYC here. So good evening, everybody. What's up, Gigi? We're just going to be walking back from the Upper West Side to 59th Street, Columbus Circle. And we have a beautiful full moon out. It looks amazing. Sally says, yeah, Tom, so far so good. Awesome. So I don't have the skateboard tonight. I got off of work really, really late. And then I went to eat some Thai food on the Upper West Side. So we're just gonna be walking back. So we're right here at 81st Street in the Museum of Natural History. 81st Street, Museum of Natural History. And we are walking down Central Park West. So I went in the restaurant, and they actually, I think they started asking for the vaccine passports already, which I thought it was going to be September 1st. So, but they are actively asking for them now. So if you want to go eat in New York City, you do have to bring your sort of vaccine card for sure. GGNYC says, oh, you were around here, the Upper West Side. Cool. Yeah, so I went to a Thai food restaurant called Land, L-A-N-D. Very good. It was really good. You should check it out. Hey, RJ. What's up, RJ? This is Olaf from Colorado. I'm doing great. Doing great, RJ. Kenneth says, bro, gonna have to miss the stream. In the hospital today. Had that hoplite bypass 30 days ago. Now it looks like the wound's infected. Ah, that sucks. Kenneth, get well soon, my friend. Please get well soon, please. We are right here at the Museum of Natural History. Kenneth, we're wishing you well, my friend. What's up, the ABX girl? Hey, Nicholas is here. Says, hey, Tom, what's up, Nicholas? Hey, and Lupe, what is going on? Long time no see, Lupe. What's up, Bone Man? What's up, Julie? What's up, everybody? We are at the Museum of Natural History. Really nice here. I guess we'll go up on the stairs. It's one of my favorite museums in the city. Yeah, Mr. Bone Man says, that sucks, Ken. Definitely get well soon, my friend, please. Please get well soon. So this is Central Park West, 81st Street, in the Museum of Natural History. Lupe says, hope your trip to Miami was amazing. It was great. So Lupe, I'm thinking about buying a home in North Miami Beach, Florida, in which case I would rent out. So I always have a place to go when I go to Florida. And then once the mortgage is about 75% of the way paid down, I was thinking about getting a place maybe in Arizona or Colorado, more specifically Boulder, Colorado. Hey, Just Me Goddess says, hello everyone, what's going on? What is going on? Hope you guys are all well. Hey, Lena Sandoval says, hey everybody and chat. What's going on, Lena Sandoval? Yeah, Lupe says, that would be amazing. Tom, do it. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. We're going through negotiations, so we still have to see how everything pans out. But it's looking good so far. Hey, Gerald Lee says, hi, Wall Street Skate Bro. What's going on, Gerald? Always good to see you, my friend. We are here at the Museum of Natural History. One of my favorite spots in the city. We never really come up here on the stream, so looks pretty good. Mr. Bone Man says, move to Aspen, love it there. Wow. Yeah, so what do you guys think about that? I think that's going to be the topic of tonight's stream, is real estate. So places like up and coming places where it's trendy and we think that there's going to be a lot of population growth and a lot of GDP, localized GDP growth in those specific segments. So that's sort of what I'm looking for. In Denver, Colorado, I have a couple buddies that are actually moving out there to go work in tech at a company called Ping Identity, P-I-N-G Identity. So it looks like Boulder, Colorado is becoming another tech hub too, which is pretty interesting. So Mr. Bone Man, I would be interested to see what your thoughts are on Aspen, Colorado. Why do you like it so much? Lupe says, perhaps Oklahoma, cheap land here. And I don't know too much about Oklahoma, but I'll definitely have to research what's going on in Oklahoma for sure. RJ says, Boulder, very nice. Been here before. Okay. Lupe says, nice to see New York City doing good after the massive storm. Yeah, so luckily we didn't get hit that much, at least here in Manhattan. Supposedly parts of Brooklyn and the Bronx did get hit, but we're pretty dry here. Soho Guy, what's up, Soho Guy? Says, hey Tom, what's the topic? I think we'll just talk about real estate and up and coming real estate markets in terms of, you know, areas that normally people wouldn't think about that people are migrating to. So for one, that's on my radar is Denver, Colorado. Definitely Denver, Colorado, I think is a pretty interesting place that I think will have good population growth over the next couple of years. Yeah, Gerald Lee says it snows in Colorado. Yes, it does. But it's one of the most sunny places in the United States though, isn't it? Colorado is one of the sunniest states in the United States. RJ says high rent district in Aspen, Colorado for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some research into that. So RJ, this is what I'm thinking about doing. I'm thinking about buying maybe a single family house in Boulder, Colorado, and renting out the individual rooms. So my thought process there and the whole thesis would be, you know, if you're a kid just coming out of college and you're getting your first job in the city, you know, instead of paying $1,100 or $1,200 to get your own apartment, why not save money and, you know, rent a room for $600? That's what I did in New York. Anyway. No way, Soho Guy. Soho Guy says it's like 8,000 plus rents in Aspen. Wow. That's crazy. I didn't know that at all. Mr. Boneman says you have a friend in Denver. Ooh, Fred T says Nashville, Tennessee, Miami, Florida, and also Texas. Very interesting. Fred, what part of Texas do you think specifically? Are you thinking Austin, Dallas? What do you think? Soho Guy says Aspen is nice, Tom. The ABX girl says as long as there is no water problems. Ooh, very true. Sally says I have been to the Museum of Natural History so many times. Same. I used to work here on 83rd Street, and when I was a college student, they would let me go in here for free. Anytime you were like a CUNY student, they would let you go into any of the museums at no cost. So I took advantage of that for sure. Hey, RT says Aspen is too isolated, but it's nice to visit. Good to know. But RT, great to have you back on the stream, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Fred T says Austin, Texas is a hot market. The Mighty Bull says good evening, everyone. Hope all is well. What is up, Mighty Bull? Mr. Boneman says smart move. Sounds like you have a plan. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. You know, so maybe down the road we'll that'll come to fruition. What's up, Brian? Brian Allegri is here. Says hey, everybody. What's up, Brian? RJ says yes. We typically have over 300 days a year of sun. That's awesome. That's right up my alley. That is definitely right up my alley. Lupe says I've been to Durango. The drive is beautiful. Absolutely otherworld. Wow. Wow, that's amazing. RT says welcome back, bro. Good to be back, my friend. Very good to be back. With students from CU staying in your place would think be tough to find right tenants, not necessarily CU students. They do party a lot. RJ, that is a very good good point there. Mr. Boneman says Nashville is the place. Austin is a great college town. Interesting. RT says Denver is the front range cities are your best bet. Oh, and the front range cities, okay. Lupe says I want to go on a long road trip. Same here. The ABX girl says Manhattan and LIC leases are up big time. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Yeah, so I think that's what I'll do. You know, I'm thinking about single family and just renting out the individual rooms. Place in like Boulder, something like that. I definitely want to buy a place where it's up and coming and very trendy. There's also a lot of trendy cities in the Carolinas, but I'm not a big fan of the Carolinas, so I don't think I could ever live there. But Boulder is very interesting to me, so it's definitely one that's on my radar to see if I can, you know, maybe get a spot in 2 or 3 years and just rent out the rooms to potentially new college grads that are trying to get a job in tech. So we'll see how it goes. But I do agree with RJ. What he said is that you really got to screen your tenants. You really have to screen your tenants. It's a good point. I love the architecture here on the Upper West Side in Central Park West. Amazing. Hey, RT says Salt Lake City, Utah is very cool too. Interesting. Very interesting. The Mighty Bull is watching, waiting, and listening. The Mighty Bull says, greetings from Monroe Nails. RJ says, Metro Denver not too far from Boulder. Think would be better. Market here is crazy. Houses typically not for sale very long till occupied and sold. Lupe says, maybe Austin. I hear it's booming there. Hey, what's up, Sierra friend? Says, anyone else not getting notifications when Tom starts his live streams anymore? I have all notifications turned on. It's annoying. Yeah, I think maybe it's just because I was away for so long, Sierra, that YouTube doesn't spit out the notification. Who knows? But I'm happy you're here. Hope you had a good Monday, everybody. We're just walking around on the Upper West Side of Manhattan, so welcome, welcome everybody. I didn't bring the skateboard tonight because it was like on and off drizzling rain, and I didn't want to get caught in the rain on my skateboard. And plus, I had to get dinner with some friends here on the Upper West Side. I went to a restaurant called Land, L-A-N-D. Very good Thai food if you're ever in New York City. Come to the Upper West Side and go to Land. Hey Rosie, hola, ¿cómo estás? Bien y tú? Muy bien y tú. The Daily Walker says, hello, good to see you back in New York City. Yes, Daily Walker, I'm very, very happy to be back in New York City. I was in Miami, Florida, checking out some real estate. Thinking about buying a single family home and renting out the individual rooms to cover the mortgage. But I think I want to diversify a lot of the holdings. So let's say down the road, I don't want to only buy real estate in Southern Florida, right? I want to have maybe just one place in Southern Florida and then, you know, venture out to maybe Arizona or Colorado, something like that. So we'll see. I would buy, you know, in New York here, but the property taxes are egregious, you know, especially if you go to upstate New York. A lot of people don't realize if you go to upstate New York, the property taxes are actually much higher than they are here, which is surprising, which is very surprising. Yeah, the property taxes that could be like 2.3. So, you know, 2.3% on, you know, a $600,000 house. I mean, that's no bueno. So we're about to pass the Dakota, which is what we are at right now. So very, very famous place for sure. Rosie says, bien gracias. What's up, Rosie? Happy to see you on the stream. Hope everybody's doing well. These are my favorite things here. Really, really nice outside the Dakota. 72nd Street Station, where you can get the B and the C trains. Lupe says the spooky Dakota. Yes. Hey, Penelope says hello, Tom. What's going on, Penelope? Happy to have you here. We are at Central Park West and 72nd Street, outside the famous Dakota building. And I think one of our viewers, Mark Davis, is from Toronto, Canada, and this is one of his favorite buildings in the entire city, the Dakota. So we'll take a quick walk around the Upper West Side. But Penelope, always nice to see you. Hope you're well. Lupe says the spooky Dakota. Yeah, it kind of does look a little spooky. But one of my favorite things about it is the oil lights right here. The oil lanterns. I'll zoom in on it so you guys can see. I think it's a great building. And it's a great location too. Central Park West, you have Central Park right here. You're centrally located to everything, and you got the subway right outside your doorstep. Penelope says, happy to find you on a live stream. You always brighten my night. Doing well, thanks. Thank you, Penelope. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hope you're well. Lupe says the oil lights are so pretty. I know, aren't they? I'll zoom in again so you guys can see. I think it's crazy. It looks like you're in one of those medieval movies. Brandy says those lanterns are beautiful. They are. They're great. We are right outside the Dakota. So we'll take a lap around so you guys can see the neighborhood. I didn't bring the skateboard today because it was on and off all day raining in New York. Not too bad, but just on and off, so I really didn't want to deal with getting caught in the rain. So hopefully tomorrow we should be good to go. We should have a pretty set lock on skateboarding tomorrow. But Brandy, nice to see you. Hope you're well. Hey, Loose 72 is here. What's going on, man? How are you? Welcome to the stream, Loose 72. We are walking around the Upper West Side. We are on 72nd Street near the Dakota in Central Park. It's a very quiet and peaceful neighborhood here. One of my favorite neighborhoods in all the city, Upper West Side. Brandy says all is well. Good to have you back, Tom. Thank you, Brandy. Appreciate it. It's good to be back. I was in Southern Florida for a little bit, but we are back in the city, which is always good. Very happy about that. Hey, Sally says, yeah, it was raining earlier this morning. When I went out to get my second dose of the vaccine at Rite Aid, it was pouring. Yeah, I woke up too, and I was walking to Bryant Park, and it was mostly, like raining on and off all day. Penelope says, and you never know what skateboard obstacles the rain brought up that have not been cleaned up yet. Exactly. Right on, 100% Penelope. This is a very nice outdoor dining setup. Check this out. Wow. I think I did, Lupe. Lupe says, did you get a nice tan? Yes, I think I did. I think I did get a lot of sun. Absolutely. So right here on Columbus and 72nd is one of my favorite coffee shops. It's called Black Press Coffee. It's right over there. Lou 72 says, good Wall Street skate bro, thanks. Awesome, glad to hear you're doing well. We are on Columbus Avenue and 72nd Street in Manhattan. And we're gonna be walking all the way down to 59th Street and Central Park South. But I think we're gonna stop by Lincoln Center. So let's stop by Lincoln Center and see if all the lights are up in the fountain tonight. We'll see. That's another thing I noticed. So I was shopping for a loan on these properties I put in some offers on. And I mean, the interest rates are just like rock bottom, which I think is fueling this housing boom. Because if you think about it, if you get a sub 3% interest rate and inflation is running the way it is, above the Federal Reserve's target, essentially that's free money. So essentially the loan is free. Right now, if you want to buy a home and you have a sub 3% interest rate, with the inflationary environment we are in, technically the money's free, which is just really bizarre. It's a really bizarre times we're living in. Where we have rock bottom interest rates, but you have the Federal Reserve not budging to raise rates.
I'll have it.
So this is a very good coffee place. They sell coffee beans. Sensuous Bean right here. Lou 72 says, yeah, really low loans. My house sold in 2 days. Whoa. Lou 72, where were you located, if you don't mind me asking? It seems like many things that are coming on the market are getting sold immediately. Hey, what's up, Ibrahim? Says, hello, Tom. How are you? I'm doing really good, Ibrahim. Hope you're well. Ibrahim, we're just walking around the Upper West Side of Manhattan tonight. Fred T says, I think Fed has no choice but to start tapering, not raise rates yet. Yeah, Fred, I think that's an interesting point, but I strongly believe that the Federal Reserve will not taper. What they're going to do is, in my opinion, I think they're going to start to move goalposts, it's called. So they're going to interpret all this economic data that comes out, and they're going to say, well, you know, the employment, we're not at full employment, so we're not going to taper. We're still going to buy, you know, however many billions of dollars in mortgage-backed securities. So I think that's going to continue, in my opinion. But we'll see. DJ says, hola, Tom. How are you doing? I'm doing really well. What's up, DJ? DJ is our pal from Chile. She's from Chile. What's going on, everybody that's joining from Chile? We are on the Upper West Side of Manhattan, near Magnolia Bakery on Columbus Avenue. Fred T says, what about the inflation numbers? I mean, inflation's out of control, but you know what? The Federal Reserve's not going to do anything about it. They're not going to do anything about it, in my opinion. Lupe says, do you like Magnolia, Tom? I do. Magnolia is good. I think it's a little bit overrated, maybe a little overpriced, but it is solid. It's a rock solid bakery, in my opinion. Hey, what's up, Amanda? How are you? Welcome to the chat. The Mighty Bull says, waiting and listening. What's up, Mighty Bull? Lou 72 says, that house was in Omaha, Nebraska, western South Dakota now. Wow. That's crazy. Amanda, what's going on? How are you? Hope you're well. Hey, Ruby T. Falcone says, finally, I caught you live. So excited. Howdy from Fresno, California. Hey, Tom and everyone. What is up, Ruby? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the stream from Fresno, California. That's awesome. I've never been to California. Maybe one day I'll definitely check it out. But welcome to the stream. We are on the Upper West Side, and we're going to be walking around. We're going to be checking out Lincoln Center. So we're going to go to Lincoln Center tonight. Fresno, California. How is that? What do you think of that town? Fresno, California. Ibrahim, hope school's going well for you, man. Hope you're successful in everything you're doing. Ruby says, thank you for saying my last name correctly. No problem. Penelope said, did somebody say cheesecake? Hey, Gregory Kelly says, nice to see you back, Skate Bro. It's nice to be back. Thank you, Gregory, for the kind words, my friend. It's good to be back for sure. I was in Southern Florida. I was looking at some property in Miami, or North Miami Beach. And then perhaps a couple years down the road, when the mortgage is about 75% paid off, I want to buy another single family home, maybe in Denver, Boulder, Colorado, something like that. Preferably the market I'm looking at and most interested is in Denver, Colorado. There's a lot of tech companies and cybersecurity companies that are moving to Denver. One in particular is Ping Identity, P-I-N-G, Identity. And that is a cybersecurity company that specializes in IAM security, or identity and access management software. I did not meet up with Fernando in Miami. I think the day he came is the day I flew out. I wanted to get back before the storm. Ibrahim says school is good, so far it's easy. However, I had to buy a lot of notebooks and fit them in my bag. That's always a pain. So Ibrahim, what is the protocol in schools? Is like, do you have to wear a mask at all times? Is there social distancing? Sort of what's going on? If you could clue us into that, that'd be great. I couldn't imagine going to school or going to college in these times. It would be very, very difficult, in my opinion. Very strange. All right, so we're near Lincoln Center, and we're passing the Juilliard School of Music, which is one of the greatest music schools in the entire world. And we're gonna see if the Lincoln Center fountain is lit up. So we'll check that out. DJ says nice night. It's a very, very sort of quiet night in the city. Not many people were in the city today, I think because of the storm. Nobody probably came into the office. But the majority of the storm actually missed us, so that was good. Hey, Lady O, this is Tom. Welcome back. Hello, and hello, everyone. What's going on, Lady O? Thank you so much. Hope you're well. Lady O, you were in the city today. That's awesome. Hope you had a good day. Gregory Kelly says, at the college I teach at, there is a vaccine and mask mandate for all staff and students. Wow. Yeah, I would think that there would be a vaccine and mask mandate at the majority of universities and the majority of universities and schools, probably from a liability standpoint too, especially if the kids are staying on campus in like dorms. I would assume they would, you know, have to provide proof of the vaccination. Ibrahim says masks are required, however, they are only keeping the desks 3 feet apart. Very interesting. So Ibrahim, is there like a vaccine mandate at your school or no? Not yet. Hey, Nicholas says, hey Tom, what's the average cost of a single family home in New York City compared to Florida? Well, I mean, I think that's a very, Nicholas, I think that's a very broad sort of data set to pull from. The average home in New York City compared to all of Florida, I'm actually not sure, because I think the average in New York City, the average home price in New York City is going to be very skewed, because you can buy maybe like a duplex in the Bronx for $650,000 maybe, but then, you know, you could buy a townhouse in Manhattan for, you know, over $20 million. So I think just it's going to be very skewed, but you can get a decent place in North Miami Beach for like $350,000. But the biggest thing, in my opinion, to worry about if you're going to buy real estate in Southern Florida is you want to make sure you're not in a flood zone, because South Florida floods a lot and the sea levels are rising. And you just want to make sure you're not in a flood zone, so you're not paying crazy insurance premiums. Lady O says, yes, I went to Little Island with the family doing some daycations before school starts. Yeah, that's true. So when does school start in New Jersey? If I'm not mistaken, you're from Jersey, so that's awesome. Well, hopefully you enjoyed the day with your kids. That's great. The ABX girl says, people are away, only 2 weeks left, then Labor Day. That's true. I never even thought about that, ABX girl. That's really true. Hey, Sally said, yeah, it's a beautiful night, Tom. Indeed it is. But Nicholas, it's definitely a lot more affordable in Florida, but there's give and takes to anything. I don't think I would ever leave New York City 100%. I'll always be in New York 100%. Hey, and we got Techno Pink in here. What's up, Techno Pink? Says hello, my friend. Hello, everybody. What's up, Techno Pink from the Dominican Republic? What is going on? We are Lincoln Center tonight, Techno Pink. Ibrahim says, Penelope, it is strange, but not as strange as I thought. Very interesting. Lincoln Center looks beautiful at night. Looks great. Yeah, DJ says it's beautiful here. I'll show you guys the other side. Lady O says school starts September 8th for us. Wow. So Lady O, I mean, good luck. I give you guys a lot of credit for anybody who has small children, especially in this environment, dealing with going to school during the pandemic and, you know, having all those kids potentially catch COVID and spread it. So I'm wishing everybody the best for sure. Hope everybody stays safe and has a great school year. Yeah, Lupe says, oh, Florida is so pretty. You can't beat Miami, Florida. I mean, Miami, Florida is great, but, you know, I think everything has a give or take on the downside for sure. Ibrahim says, Tom, will you stay in New York after you retire? 100%. Ibrahim, I will always be in New York. Always. Lupe says, how did the sand feel between your toes, Tom? It felt amazing. I love Florida. I really, really like southern Florida. So I was actually in Surfside, unfortunately, where they had the big building collapse. So I was right there. Very, very sad, very tragic. Hey, Chris Mills is here. Says, hey, Tom, what's up, Chris? Hope you're well. Sally says, Lincoln Center is so nice. The Mighty Bull says, great screenshots, Tom. I could imagine. Thank you, Mighty Bull. I think there's a something news going on here. I'll try to zoom in. Lincoln Center is based on Michelangelo's design in Rome. Very interesting. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but it looks like to be a news crew here. Yeah, Lupe says that apartment building collapse was so tragic. It's terrible. It's really, really a tragedy what happened. Lady O says, hope you enjoyed your vacation. It was good. Yeah, I was looking at some real estate down there, so I was still working, but it was definitely a lot more relaxing than working in New York, for sure. Ibrahim Azam says, global warming is putting coastal cities at risk. This includes Miami and New York. Yes, that is true. That is true. It's especially not good for places like Singapore, the Philippines, and things like that. If sea levels rise. But hopefully, I'm very optimistic about it because I think that there's entrepreneurs out there that are so smart that are going to be able to fix the problem. They're either going to be able to raise the cities at an appropriate elevation, or they're going to fix it. I mean, somebody out there right now is in their garage working on a solution to a problem right now. Hey, Dante Rose says, that's a good investment you're making, Tom. Thank you, Dante Rose. Hopefully it'll be a good investment. Lady O says, are we skateboarding? Let's rock and roll. Lady O, not tonight. I didn't bring the skateboard because in the city today, as you know, it was on and off rain. And then I had to shoot up to the Upper West Side. I actually went to get dinner at a Thai food restaurant called Land with one of my buddies. But tomorrow we will be on the skateboard because it's going to be clear. It's going to be 90 degrees and we're going to rock all the way to the Brooklyn Bridge on the skateboard tomorrow. So we're going to be going at it hard tomorrow, I promise. Hey, Ruby says, is the humidity in Florida comparable to New York City humidity? Oh, no way. No way. And I'm from Long Island, so Long Island does get humid, but it's nothing like the Florida humidity. However, I don't really mind humidity. It's weird. I really don't mind it. Some people do. So I think if you're going to buy real estate, you have to first ask yourself, is this a place where you could see yourself living long term? You know, even if you're going to rent it out to tenants, you still need to make sure that you would be comfortable living there as well. So I have no problem with the humidity. Dante Rose says, no problem. What's the topic tonight? Dante, we were talking about different up-and-coming cities to buy real estate. So we were talking about Boulder, Colorado. We were talking about Aspen. We were talking about different places in Texas. So any place that you think would be good to buy real estate over the next coming years. The ABX girl says Cuomo only has 90 minutes left. Maybe it has to do with the governor. Oh, ABX girl, you're so right. So Andrew Cuomo, for all of those non-New Yorkers that don't know, I believe he's resigning today. Wow, I never even thought about that. Never even thought about that. Well, at least we'll get somebody new, so I'm optimistic. Hey, Nathy Guadalupe says, welcome back, dear friend. Thank you so much, Nathy. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for joining. Hey, Charlie says, hola, ¿cómo estás? Charlie, bien y tú? Muy bien y tú, Charlie. Muy bien. Muy bien. Charlie, ¿cuántos años tienes, my friend? ¿Cuántos años tienes? Lupe says, Tom, an update on my roller skates. I love them. I wish I bought them sooner. Awesome. You know what, Lupe? So that's a good point you bring up. There's been a lot of people I've been seeing around New York City that have been buying roller skates to actually commute to work. So I think roller skates are coming back, and I think it's going to be a new trend. So that's one of the things I always like to do, is try to identify new trends. And I think roller skating is going to be a new trend. I'll tell you guys something else. When I was down in Miami, every other person on the sidewalk had roller skates on. I'm serious. Every other person on the sidewalk had roller skates on, and there were even people in suits that were riding roller skates and then taking them off, putting their shoes on, and then going inside. It was crazy. So I think roller skates are going to be a new hipstery trend moving forward. So we'll see. Lupe says, I may be allergic to humidity. Hey, the ABX girl says humidity is great for your skin. Gregory Kelly says, is that the moon in the sky? Yes. So we have a beautiful full moon here in New York City. Beautiful. Lena Sandoval says, hey, Tom, you know Spanish? Un poco. Un poco. Hey, Charlie says 28. Nice, Charlie. Charlie, ¿cuándo es tu cumpleaños, my friend? ¿Cuándo es tu cumpleaños? DJ says it's too quiet. Soho guy says, yo, Tom, that's funny. I'm actually in my garage right now working on my invention in the email I sent you. That's great, Soho. God bless you, my friend. I wish you all the best and all the success. And if there's any way I could help, definitely let me know. Ibrahim Azam says humidity can be good. It prevents wildfires. That's very true, Ibrahim. Dante Rose says, okay, I will be taking notes. Soho guy says, I'm in my garage right now working on that invention. So funny, Tom. Well, keep pounding away, keep hammering away every day. If you have something that you're working on, just keep hammering it every day. Pound it every day. That's really the only piece of advice I could give. If you're working on something, you just chip away at it every single day, little by little. Even if you spend 15 minutes, just as long as you keep moving that ball down the field, you're gonna be golden. Just something, a little something every day. Just keep hammering on the project. If you wake up and you're like, oh, I'm tired, I don't wanna hammer on the project, you hammer on the project. Wow, check this out, everybody. This is a great view of Columbus Circle. So we have 220 Central Park South, and we also have Central Park Tower in one shot. It looks great. Lady O says, I've seen some people rolling in roller skates around my neighborhood. You might be right. Yeah, right, Lady O? I've seen so many people on roller skates. So many people on roller skates. Penelope says, next big thing, e-roller skates, potentially. Nicholas says, hey, Tom, is it possible to purchase residential lots and design your own home in New York City? I think you probably could, but you're going to pay through the nose. So if you have enough money to do it, then I would definitely do it. Lupe says, I'll definitely bring my roller skates to New York City. Awesome. So we're coming up on Columbus Circle. We're going to do a little walk around. Dante Rose says, the dumbest ideas can make you rich. The ABX girl is our pal from the Bronx. She says roller skating has been in the African American community for decades. Wow, I didn't know that. They skated the bandshell at Central Park, and oh, I just lost your comment. Hold on. So they roller skated the bandshell and Central Park and Riverbank in Harlem. I did not know that. So I used to actually, you know what? Actually, the ABX girl, a little bit further away from the bandshell in Central Park, there's always like this roller skating party that's going on all the time. They have music, they have events, and there's, especially on the weekends, there's like a good 50 people dancing and roller skating. I think we walked past it one time on the stream, but it's definitely really, really big. Hey, L the Original's here. What's up, L the Original? Lady O says, please don't forget to hammer hammer the like button. Appreciate that, Lady O. Oh, Lady O, which coffee shop did you go to today? I'm curious where you went. I'm curious. There's a lot of good coffee shops here in New York. A lot of good local small places. So, and we made it to 59th Street, Columbus Circle. At the Time Warner Center, now actually called the Deutsche Bank Towers. The ABX girl says, yes, that it started in the 70s. Soho guys is very true. Dumbest, craziest, wildest, outlandish ideas make you rich. Very interesting. L the Original says, I'm good. Just got done doing some influencing work. Wow, that's awesome, L. Now enjoying some ice cream. Nice. Hey, Disney cast members, fellow Long Islander, what's going on? Says roller skate dancing is all over TikTok. Is what we did back in the day, the Bayshore roller rink. Oh my God. Yeah, the Bayshore roller rink. So you know what they have now, Disney cast member? In Plain Edge, you're obviously familiar with Plain Edge, they have the roller hockey. So my friend is actually in a roller hockey league in Plain Edge on Long Island, and it's like the biggest trend on Long Island right now is roller hockey. L the Original, yeah, no skateboarding tonight because it was on and off rain and I didn't want to get caught in the rain. But we're just gonna walk around and check out the view. And look at this full moon, wow. Check that out. It literally looks like the sun. Wow. Oops, sorry, the camera's going crazy. So we are right here at Columbus Circle. L the Original says, weird, I didn't get any notification you were live. Hope I didn't miss much. No, not at all. Dante Rose, no, I have not heard of that person. What about him? Please let us know. Please let everybody in the group know. DJ says, beautiful moon. A guy, Soho Yo, says, hey Tom, real life is wilder than fiction. Dude, tell me about it, my friend. I agree with that. Very unpredictable life. I'm just making sure I didn't miss any comments. Ibrahim Azam says, I agree, consistency can make you successful. Dante Rose says, I would love to invent something one day. Definitely do it. DJ says, Donde vas, Tom? We are going to Central Park South, 59th Street. Disney cast member says school in Arizona starts at the end of July. At the end of July, you mean? Wait, let me see. Really? It starts at the end of July or the end of September? Penelope says it's a rare full moon, 4th in the summer season, blue moon. Very nice. Yeah, we have a really nice skyline too. Oh, Dante Rose says he still owns Miami Heat, but I'm not sure if he owns Carnival Cruise Lines. Very interesting. Penelope says the 3rd or the 4th, I can't remember. No big deal. Soho guys says inventions are all about filling needs and wants. You never knew. Very interesting. I think that's true. DJ says it looks like a very calm tonight. I like it. Yeah, I agree. It's a very calm night. Not too crazy. Not a lot of freaks out. Except me. Everything looks very nice out tonight. Lena Sandoval says, looks beautiful on the big screen. So this is actually now renamed Deutsche Bank Towers. So it was the Time Warner Centers, but I guess Deutsche Bank bought the Time Warner Center, which is kind of crazy because Deutsche Bank is not a good bank. Hey, Disney cast members, says my son's birthday is 7/29 and usually the first day of school. Well, happy birthday to your son. Disney cast member, isn't your nephew on one of these billboards? So for those of you who don't know in the chat, Disney cast member's nephew, I believe, is a very, very big famous model. And we saw him on one of these billboards here. I'm not sure which one, I forget. But I'm sure we'll see him walking around. We'll probably see him again tonight. Okay, Dante Rose says he owns Carnival Cruise. I'm gonna have to look it up. I'm gonna look into it for sure. Hey, Aquatic Tranquility, what is up, man? What's up, Aquatic Tranquility? Says, good evening, Tom. Hope you are having a great night. I'm having a great night. Very, very good night. Having a very good night. So we're crossing the street here at Columbus Circle. Look at how empty the streets look. Totally empty New York City street. Sort of looks eerie. Hey, Cosmo Scary, our pal from Baruch. What's up, Cosmo? Long time no see, my friend. We're at Columbus Circle just hanging out. I'll show you guys the view of Columbus Circle from this way. Lena Sandoval, how are you? Disney cast member says, I haven't seen any billboards since you left. Penelope, freaks. Yes, love the freaks. I think we are all crazy in our own way. I would consider myself in the freak club. Gregory Kelly says, in the words of Diana Vreeland, give people what they never knew they wanted. Very interesting. Very good quote. Dante Rose says, that's your homework for tonight, Tom. Dante, I promise you, I will do my research on that and I will report back to you next stream, I promise. Lena Sandoval says, good, how are you doing this evening? We're doing good. We're just hanging out, walking around. Let's walk down Broadway. We'll walk down Broadway for you guys. Have a nice night. Hey, Wall on the Runs is right near Handshell. Been sang since 70s, all races. What's up, Wall on the Run? What's going on? Hope you're well. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss any of the comments. But Wall on the Run, hope you're well. Hey, William Creech is here. Says, good evening, everybody. What's up, William Creech? Welcome to the stream, William. A very empty night here in New York City. We are at Columbus Circle, 58th Street. And we are at the 59th Street Columbus Circle subway station where you can get the A, C, B, D, and 1 train. And this is the very famous Billionaire's Row. If we look up here, I'll point out all the buildings. So this is Central Park Tower right here. Behind that is 57 or 157. And then you have the Steinway building. Cosmo Scary says, what was the topic for today? Cosmo, we were talking about different cities across the United States that are up and coming and would be good for a real estate investment. So we were talking about Boulder, Colorado. We were talking about different cities in Texas that are seeing extreme populations growth. So we were just talking about that in the chat, having a good time. Hey, Skateboard is in the house. What's up, Skateboard? What's going on, Skateboard? The Mighty Bolus is just listening. Wall on the Run says, are we talking rollerblades or quad skates as a hipster trend? I think rollerblades. So Wall on the Run. I was in Miami, and I promise you, I'm serious, I should have took a video. Every other person on the sidewalk was cruising and crushing around on rollerblades. I couldn't believe it. Even people in like suits, they were commuting on rollerblades. And I'm seeing it a lot more in New York City too, as a way for people to commute and even just have fun, just riding around on roller skates. What is this? Impeachment, American crime story. Hey, Renegade Dog. What's up, Renegade Dog? This is my first time here, subbed. Hey, Renegade Dog Clan. What is going on, my friend? Love that username. Renegade Dog Clan. Welcome to the stream. Cosmo Scary says Las Vegas is up and coming, it seems. FAM's property value has gone up a lot. Wow. Yeah, Cosmo, that's a really good observation. A lot of people have been buying property in Las Vegas. Whoa, guys, check this out. It's probably not going to look good on the stream, but in person, this looks amazing. You have 432 Park Avenue, and right next to it, you have the full moon. It literally looks like the full moon is on 432 Park Avenue. Look at that. That's sick. Guys, that is crazy. I wish you were here in person to see this, because this is like the most fantastic thing I've ever seen in my life. You have a full moon right next to the 432 Park Avenue. Wow, that just looks unreal. In person, it looks unreal, I promise. Hey, Stone Kicker's here. What's up, man? Stone Kicker has the greatest username on YouTube. GGNYC says, wow. Disney cast member says traditional skates, not rollerblade, all over TikTok. Interesting. What's the difference between traditional skates? Hey, Iris Cortez says hello from Mexico. Hola, all of our viewers from Mexico. What is up, everybody in the beautiful country of Mexico? Stone Kicker says doing good, bro. Always good to hear that, Stone Kicker. Nicholas's reason for asking is my home is a newly constructed steel and concrete structure built to withstand most natural disasters, and I have seen how some homes in the United States are built. Let me see what your question was. GG NYC says, I'm telling you, Tom, you're the moon guy. Yeah, this moon looks amazing. It really does. But good evening, everybody, all of our viewers from Mexico, from the beautiful country, the fantastic, beautiful country of Mexico. Welcome, everybody. L the Original says a lot of people in my area downtown skateboard as well, everywhere. Very interesting. Penelope says, so where is your apartment there? No, I wish. But Nicholas, you bring up a good point. So when I was looking for housing in Florida, I told myself that I would only buy a concrete block construction. I'll never ever buy a wood framed home in Florida. Not only because of the hurricanes, but there's a lot of termites. There's a big termite problem in Florida. Probably the same amount of termite problem that you have on Long Island. So there's a lot of termites in South Shore, Long Island, that also eat away at the wood, because Long Island is very humid. It's near the water, and termites love water. Hey, Penelope W23 says 4 wheels on the corners of the shoe. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, I've been seeing those too. So those are like the real 70s, right? Is that sort of like, could you call that like the disco era, I believe? Disney cast member says rollerblades are inline wheels. Traditional have 4 wheels on trucks like skateboards. I totally understand what you're talking about now. So I guess the roller skates with the 4 wheels, is that more for like dancing, I would assume? Because I've been seeing a lot of people on roller blades where it's just the wheels on one straight line. But in Central Park, just like the ABX girl said, there's a lot of these groups that are on roller, they're called, with the 4 wheels, and they're dancing and moving around. Lady O says house of concrete, perfect. Yeah, so Lady O, the house I'm looking at is a full concrete block. So there's virtually no wood. and the house was built in 1960, I believe. So it's been held up for like 3 or 4 hurricanes. So that's good. I mean, that's sort of the house I'm looking to buy, is just a big concrete block. And also, if the house floods, concrete block is very easy to clean up. If you have a wood framed home and it floods, that could be a big problem. So this is Carnegie Hall. You'll be able to see it right here. This is Carnegie Hall. Hey, War Walker says, good night, Tom. How was your day? My day was really good, War Walker. How was yours? How was yours? Lena Sandoval says, looks amazing. Traditional skates have been around a long time, way before the 70s, says Disney cast member. Renegade Dog Clan says, just like Puerto Rico can have a wooden house. Yes, correct. If prone to hurricanes. I would even say, you know, I would even include like New York in that, right? Because if you think about Hurricane Sandy, think about Staten Island, Breezy Point, you know, those homes got absolutely clocked. Even in South Shore, Long Island, Oceanside, Long Beach, Island Park, all of those places, I would never buy a wood framed home there, because, you know, over the next 20 years, you're bound to have another Hurricane Sandy, in my opinion. I'm not saying I want that to happen, but I'm just saying, you know, that's probably the reality. You know, if we want to come to terms with it, Lower Manhattan is probably going to flood again. So if you're looking to buy anything on Long Island or Staten Island, I would even go as far to say Hoboken, because Hoboken, New Jersey is actually built right at sea level. So if you're going to buy anything in Hoboken, probably should look for a concrete block construction. Hey, Kiki's here. What's up, Kiki? Our pal from Rochester, New York, in upstate New York. Says, hey, Tom, Wall Street Skate Bro, and everyone on this beautiful night. Hey, Lena Sandoval says, hi, Brazil. ZC says, what about a night walk inside Central Park? Hugs from Brazil. Yeah, so we were near Central Park today, ZZ. We were walking around the Museum in Natural History. We had a really good time. So we saw Central Park tonight. Hey, Karina Thompson says, hello everyone, I'm back. What's up, Karina Thompson? How are you? Penelope says, roller skating ring, grew up with that. Rollerblades came later. Hey, Wall on the Run says, yes, we had people in the 90s in New York City using rollerblades as transportation all over the city. Then the trend faded away. So Wall on the Run, it's probably going to come back, because I've been seeing a lot of people doing that. So in all honesty, I think it's going to come back. Lady O says, they stay cooler when made of concrete. My family's house in Italy is concrete and marble. Wow, that's beautiful. That's a good point, Lady O. That's a very, very good point. Wow. A house in Italy made of concrete and marble? That must look absolutely stunning. So this is the road all the way down to Times Square. Hey, the Austin Tennis. What is up, my friend?
The intersectionality of like me being a woman and all of us women together.
Hope you're well, Austin Tennis. What's going on? Hey, Matt Bob says, is Central Park safe at night? I think so. I think Central Park is safe at night. I think the NYPD is the greatest police department in the world, and I think they do a great job of keeping this city safe, especially in Central Park. That's my opinion. Hey, Amanda says, Tom, South Carolina. What's up, South Carolina? Stone Kicker says 1760. John Joseph Merlin. Disney cast member says, my dream is a cob house. You can sculpt it, the exterior, been around 100 years in UK. Yeah, Disney cast member. So that's sort of like what I'm thinking, right? If you think about it, all of these houses in Italy and, you know, those places, You know, some of these houses are hundreds of years old. And one of the commonalities about those houses is they're made of concrete, solid concrete, and brick and stone, right? So all of these new modern building materials, just like regular wood and composites, in my opinion, I don't think they're as good as some of the materials that they were building with hundreds, if not thousands of years ago. So I think anytime I'm ever gonna buy real estate, I'm always gonna make sure to buy a concrete block construction, because those things last forever, literally, unless you have like a missile shot at it. Yeah, Disney cast member, thousands of years, not 100. Cobb is dirt, clay, and straw. Hey, War Walker says the rats are the greatest threat. Yeah, indeed. Yes, they are. Hey, Wall on the Run says, yes, traditional skates, aka quads, very good for dancing. Also been used even in the 1950s and probably even before then. Stone Kicker says, but the first roller skate was on a stage for a play by an unknown inventor, like in 1736, I think. Interesting, never knew that. Nicholas says, my home alone used over 30 tons of steel because I use commercial grade steel beams that are used to be built 10-story buildings. Whoa, that's crazy. I'm just trying to make sure I didn't miss anything. Penelope says, at Kiki, I love it when I hear Tom say your name. I had a cat for 18 years named Kiki, best ever. Wow, that's great, Penelope. That's awesome. Matt Cobb, what's up? The Austin Tennis, what's going on? Brother on the Run says, I love New York. What's up, brother on the run? Hope you're well. Hope you're well. Yeah, Lupe says, the problem with skates is to watch out for blisters. Karina Thompson says, I'm doing good, Tom, and you? I'm doing really well. Doing very, very well. Very optimistic for the future. We're hanging out in New York City. What can be better? And I went to a really good Thai restaurant tonight with one of my good friends. It was on the Upper West Side. And the restaurant is called Land, L-A-N-D. Very, very good restaurant. Hey, what's up, Jessica Blueheart? Says, NYC is fine. It wasn't that affected by Henri. Yeah, it was great. So thank God. The city right now is beautiful. We really didn't get anything. L the Original says, it's funny that Tom has the same name as my cat. Hey, Tony Evans is glad to see you're back. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate that. Thank you, man. Aquatic Tranquility says, I tried the roller skate once when I was 9. I made it about 10 feet before I busted my butt. Never set foot in a skate again. Yikes. I had many falls on the skateboard as well. Lupe says, did you have to show your VAC card or negative COVID test, Tom, at the airport? Not at the airport, but when I did eat, you have to show the vaccine passport now. So that was one of my observations. The Austin Tennis says, no board tonight. Yeah, no skateboard tonight because it was on and off raining all day. As you can see, you have some puddles on the floor. So I just wanted to make sure that, you know, if I was skateboarding, I didn't want to get caught in the rain tonight. So, and I don't have my junky shoes on. Actually, I had a meeting today, so I have like these shoes on. So I can't skateboard in these. I think I would fall down. Hey, Brandy says, I love Thai food and usually get pad Thai with peanut sauce. Yeah, Thai food is amazing. Thai food is really, really amazing. Hey, our pal, the Mighty Bull, is always watching, listening, and thinking, and he's enjoying the information. That's always great. Mighty Bull, it's a pleasure to have you on the stream. It would never be a Wall Street Scape Bros stream without our friend, the Mighty Bull. Yeah, so my favorite Thai food, I usually get drunken noodles with squid. But today I got that, and also I had this Thai pancake with crab meat. So it was sort of like an omelet, so it had like egg, crab meat, and a lot of vegetables. It was very good. Really, really good place. Hey, Leah's here. What's up, Leah? Says, hello, everyone. Hi, Tom. How are you doing tonight? I'm doing really good, Leah. Hope you are well. Long time no see. Hope you're well. So this is like a little diner, but I've actually never been to this diner right here. I've never been. Has anybody ever been to this diner? Hold on, I'll show you. I think it's called the Astro Diner right here. Established in 1980. I've never been, but there's always people here. The Austin Tennisers, what was the topic tonight? The topic of tonight, we were talking about different places across the United States that could potentially make good real estate and property investments. So we were talking about places like Denver, Colorado, new up and coming places like Austin, Texas, Dallas. Because I think after I buy the piece of property in Miami, I think what I want to do is buy a single family home in Denver and rent out the rooms. GG NYC says never. If it's old school, then it should be a good diner. Cosmo Scary says diners. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of diners either, but sometimes it's the only place to go to just get something to eat. And it looks like this cab got pulled over. That's never fun. War Walker says, Tom, you're making me hungry. The Mighty Bull says, that's very nice of you, Tom. Ruby says, safety first, 100%. Nicholas says, hey, Tom, I bought an American Bully pup yesterday that came straight from Orlando. You have any pets? Dude, that's awesome. I wish you could drop us a photo of your dog. I really, really wish you could. But yeah, I do. I have a beagle. So I have a beagle. Beagles, I think, are the best dogs in my opinion. Kiki says, Tom styling. Yeah, War Walker, isn't this globe beautiful? Check it out. So 2 years ago, I actually had a meeting in this building. It did not look like this. This is totally remodeled and renovated. And this was all street level. So all of this stuff was not elevated with concrete. It was all street level. But they made it really, really beautiful. They renovated the entire thing. Aquatic Tranquility says, is that cop a Toyota Camry? Yeah, he's probably a plainclothes officer. Plainclothes officer. Wall on the Run says there's a new surfing reality show that started tonight on ABC. Do you surf? I would think skateboarders' skills would transfer well. They would transfer well, but I tried surfing a couple times and I just could not get the hang of it. But I'm a big fan of surfing. I'm a big fan of watching surfing. Very big fan of watching surfing. Hey, the Austin Tennis says, is it difficult as a landlord to deal with any issues with the house when you are so far away? House in Denver while you're in New York and Florida. Would you hire a property management company? I think that's a very good question. I would not hire a property management company for the time being. If I only have 1 or 2 houses, I think that's fine. I think the idea for me would be to buy a single family house. I want one place in Florida. I want a place in Colorado. And what I would do is I would rent out the individual rooms and I would always keep one room for myself. So if I wanted to go to Denver, I could fly into Denver. I always have a place to stay. If I want to go to Miami, I go to Miami. I always have a place to stay. And the tenants in the other individual rooms should have enough income to pay down the mortgage. So essentially, you're living for free, or it's called house hacking. But it could get complicated, but that's why I think it's very important to screen your tenants. So you must do mandatory background checks on all of your tenants. You have to make sure that they make 40 times the rent. And you want to make sure that you keep a very well-kept property for your tenants, right? So if your tenants are happy, if you show them respect, because at the end of the day, if you wanted to get in the business of being a landlord, your tenants are your customers. And if you want to run a successful business, in my opinion, you have to take care of your customers. So if I update the house, I make it a safe place for them, I install good security, they would probably show that same respect back to me. So it would be a reciprocal experience, if that makes sense. Because nobody's going to want to take care of your house if, you know, you're a slumlord. They're called slumlords. You don't want to run an operation where, you know, you're not keeping up with the pest management. You want to make sure that you're providing a safe and comfortable place for these people to live. I think that's only ethical and that's only right. So hopefully they would show that same mutual respect back to me by paying the rent on time and things like that. Hey Josie, what's up Josie? Hey brother on the run says my Yankees won 10 straight game. Wow. Yeah, Leah says that's Hilton. Yep, we just passed the Hilton Hotel. Penelope says beagles are sweet. Yeah, beagles are great. Beagles are great. L the original says wow, 40 times the rent, so that's over $20,000 almost. Yeah, so the majority of apartments and condominiums here in New York require you to make 40 times the rent. So let's say if the apartment costs $1,000 a month, you should probably at least be making $40,000 a year in order to qualify for that apartment. Hey, Grant Link says hello, Wall Street Skate Bro. What's going on? Shiloh says, hey, you're back, and look, a police Lego car. What's going on, Shiloh? Shiloh, aren't you in New York now or no? Hey, Wall on the Run says house hacking. It sounds a little tricky. Yes. I think it just depends on your comfort level. So if you're not comfortable living with other people, I wouldn't advise doing it. But if you don't really mind living with roommates, you know, I think it's no problem. I think it's easier to house hack if you're born and raised in New York or you're from New York, because for me, and I think the vast majority of people in New York, the only way you're going to live in New York is either you live with your parents or you get roommates when you're first starting out. I live with roommates pretty much all my life. So here we are at Radio City Music Hall. Dante Rose says, Tom, which country is cheaper, Canada or America? America, I think. Penelope says, yes, it does. When I lived in Atlanta, I lived in beautiful places and had landlords that I considered friends and family. Absolutely. It's always good to take care of your people. Hey, Dave. What's up, Dave? Says, hey, Tom, finally dry out there. What's up, Dave? Hope you're well, my friend. Good to see you. Shiloh says no, not until October, and the trip is in jeopardy thanks to the current politics. Yikes. Hey, Amy's here, says, hey man, watching from Scotland. 4 o'clock in the morning here, but I can't sleep. What's up, Amy? Welcome to the stream. Welcome all of our viewers from Scotland. What is going on? Appreciate you being here, and hopefully I see you on more streams in the future. Yeah, so this is Radio City Music Hall, Grant Link right here. Nicholas Prasad says, good point, Tom. It's just like staying at a hotel. People don't mind paying for their safety and comfort. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Mark Davis is here. What's up, Mark? Says, hi, Tom. Good evening there. You're out late tonight. Hello from Niagara Falls. Hope all is well with you. So Mark Davis is our pal, good friend of the stream, Mark Davis, good friend from the north, Toronto, Canada. And Mark works in the medical marijuana space, so always interesting to hear from Mark. Always very good to hear that Mark's doing well. So what is up, Mark? Hopefully you're enjoying Niagara Falls. You sent me some pictures of Niagara Falls and it looked great. Looks great there in Canada. Hopefully I can get there soon. But due to the current situation, does not look like I'll be able to make it. Hey, Steve Blades is here. Says, howdy, Skate Bro. What's up, Steve? Hope you're well, Steve. We're outside of the Radio City Music Hall. Hope you're having a good Monday, Steve. Hey, Aquatic Tranquility says, off to pick up my son from work. Hope you all are still on, or still going on when I get back. Aquatic Tranquility, drive safe, my friend. Please drive safe. ZZ says, is there a radio inside the Radio City building? I would assume so. Hey, Daniel G from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Says, good evening, Tom. What's up, Daniel? How are you, my friend? Daniel G. Hey, James says, hi, Tom from North Carolina. What's up, James? Welcome, everybody from North Carolina. Mark Davis says, everything is good in Niagara Falls, Tom. Just hanging out at the casinos. Nice. Don't lose too much money. Amanda says, late Friday night, Timberland High School football wins. Let's take a walk around the fountain. We'll take a walk around the fountain and then we will go to Rockefeller Center. Might as well since we're so close. I actually should have brought the skateboard tonight. This would have been a great night to rip around on the board. Hey, KSYT says hello. What's up? What's going on, KSYT? Hope you're well. Hey, Amy says, gosh, I had a VHS tape from 1994, which was filmed at Radio City. Watched the tape and always wanted to visit Radio City Music Hall. Thank you. I get to virtually visit. No problem. Wow, 1994. That's before I was born. I was born in 1995. So this is Radio City Music Hall for everybody joining. Josie says time check 11:10. Yeah, Lady-O, tomorrow we definitely will be skateboarding. Hey, Steve Blades says just sub, like, and share, guys. Appreciate that, Steve. Hope you're well, my friend. Daniel G, our pal from Buenos Aires, Argentina, says nice night. Wall on the Run says, I think it's probably easier if you are used to living in dorms and sharing common spaces. Also important to have similar cleanliness standards and noise toleration. Absolutely, 100%. You're spot on correct. Wall on the Run, you are spot on, my friend. Hey, ZZ says, Sao Paulo City is the version of New York City in Brazil. Nice. Hey, L the Original says, wow, 95. I was born in 1996. Hey, 90s gang. There we go. Mid to late 90s gang. There we go. So I think 1995 was the first year that Generation Z started. Hey, JL's here. Says, hello, Tom. Long time. What's up, JL? Hope you're well, my friend. War Walker says, how much battery life on the phone? I think I'm at 20%. Hey, Kevin Cranes has just subbed. Just moved to Brooklyn a few months ago from New Mexico. Awesome, man. Love New York. Kevin, where in Brooklyn did you move? Because I used to live in Brooklyn, New York. I used to live in Greenpoint, Brooklyn, and it was the best. So Greenpoint, Brooklyn, you gotta go. You're gonna have a great time. There's a lot of good coffee shops. There's a lot of good bakeries in Greenpoint. So welcome to everybody that's just moving to New York. I think you came at the best time. New York City is on the up and up. Don't pay attention to the fake news. New York City is where all the action is. Cosmo Scary says, wow, New Mexico to Brooklyn, definitely different places for sure. Shiloh says, oh my, I graduated with my bachelor's in 95. No, Shiloh, you're not old, no way. Age is just is a myth, it's a number, you know? Hey, New York Walker. What's up, New York Walker? What's going on? Hope everybody is doing well. Grant Link says, great fountain, it's great, really good. L the Original says, yep, I was just looking at the generations the other day. I think we are Gen Z. Yeah, L the Original, we just made Gen Z. Me and L the Original made Gen Z by 1 year, so that's awesome. Let's go. 90s gang all the way. Dante Rose says, don't forget your homework, Tom. Dante, I promise you, man, I will not. Amy says 94 here, 90s gang indeed. Hey, we got a lot of 90s people in here. Hey, Steve Blades says, Tom, my eldest son was born in 93. Hey, that's great. 93 is a great year. Fantastic. Dave says, party like it's 1995. L the Original says 90s gang. Yep, absolutely. Something's going on. Nice. Oh, Dante Rose was born in 1995 as well. Nice. The Mighty Bull says, what comes after Generation Z? I'm not sure. Lady O says, what's with the honking? I'm not sure what was going on. Disney cast member says, my eldest son was born in 83, youngest 2002. Wow. Disney cast member, that's an awesome age range there. That's really cool. Yeah, Chris Mills says, man discovers horn. Blue 72 says 90s were okay. ZZ says, which is the best rock radio to listen to in New York? I'm not sure. If anybody else wants to fill him in, I'm not really too sure. Wall on the Run says, the city looks very good to me, better than when I left 9 years ago, and it wasn't that bad. They built so many new attractions. Yes, it's great. New York City is great. There's always going to be problems, but I think by and large, New York City is where it's at, and New York City will never die. Hey, Gigi says 80s here. There we go. Born in 80s. Love the 80s. JL says the horn sounds like it's right in my backyard. Hey, Fred T says I graduated from high school in 1995. Nice. That's awesome. That's great. L the Original says a lot of people are moving to Manhattan for starters, not other boroughs. That is true. That's a very good observation, L the Original. Disney cast member says it used to be WABC. Oh, Lady O says rock stations are 104.3 and 105.5. Thank you, Lady Orleans. Blade says I was 50 on Sunday, Disney. Hey, happy birthday, Steve Blades. Disney cast member says, holy crap, I graduated in 1979. L the Original says, I wonder if Brooklyn is cheaper than Manhattan. I think by and large, Brooklyn is cheaper than Manhattan, but it's weird. You can go to some parts of Brooklyn that are much more expensive than Manhattan. So for example, Williamsburg and Red Hook, Brooklyn, there's some parts of Brooklyn that are crazy, crazy expensive. I would say Williamsburg, Red Hook, Park Slope, all really expensive. Nicholas is born in 91. Hey, what's up, Jessica? Fred T says the Knicks were good back in the 90s. Hey, Photos from Around New York is in the house. What is up, Photos from Around New York? Says Brooklyn Heights is more expensive than Manhattan. Absolutely. Hey, David says, how much for a beer? I'm not too sure. If you walk into a bodega, you could probably get one for $1. You can buy an individual can of something for like $1 probably. Wall on the Run says, nowhere is cheap in New York, just a matter of how expensive. And that's true. That is definitely true. Gigi NYC says, grew up in the 90s, awesome time and music. L the Original says, you know what's crazy? Though when my mom lived in Brooklyn, she owned a brownstone and her taxes weren't that high. But now the same brownstone is worth $1 million. It's probably worth more than that now, L. Wow, I wish your mom held on to that brownstone, or hopefully she did. Hey JL, happy birthday, my friend. Amy says, what's the weather like there tonight? I would probably say it's about 78 degrees. Not too humid, but clear skies, full moon. It's a great New York City night. But if you want to check the weather anywhere in the world, I programmed the Nightbot to do so. You just have to do !weather space and then the city you want, and Nightbot will tell you what the weather is anywhere in the world. So we're right here at the observation deck. This is where you go in for Saturday Night Live. Hey, Alambic 65 says, born in 65, so technically was alive in the 60s, but no recall. Earliest memory as a toddler watching the moon landing. Whoa, then suddenly 80s high school vibes. Nice. That's awesome. Watching the moon landing, that's crazy. James says, I grew up in old rock and roll. Steve says, what music are you into, Tom? So Steve, I really enjoy very classic. Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, the Rat Pack, all those guys I jam to a lot. Just brings back good memories. You know, there's nothing like listening to Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., good old Frank. That's just like the classic, in my opinion, like big band, feel good music. I also will go on YouTube and watch a lot of reruns of the Rat Pack. So Dean Martin was hilarious. Sammy Davis Jr. was hilarious. All those guys, they're great. They don't make them like that anymore, honestly. Not at all. So this is the Cause statue right here. Steve Blades says, end Elvis. Grant Link says, do you like any contemporary music, Wall Street? Can you give me an example? Give me an example. Hey, Matt Bobbs is nice. On Sirius XM is my favorite channel. Seriously, Sinatra, nice. !65 says, right on. Sinatra, Dina, Odino, etc. are always current and timeless. Shiloh says, I watched the Shuttle Challenger live as it blew up. I was in middle school. Jeez, that's terrible. That's I shouldn't be laughing. That's terrible. But for some reason, it reminded me of the cartoon Rick and Morty for a second. I don't know why it did, but it did. Yeah, and Maroon 5. Adam Levine is amazing. Great entertainer. Adam Levine is a pure talent. Pure talent. Yeah, check this out. So this is the Cause statue. It's a Cause guy holding another little guy. Oh, like music made in the past 20 years. One of my favorite bands is Maroon 5. James says they definitely don't make them like the Rat Pack anymore, I know. I was a manager at the first Walmart in Florida when the Challenger exploded. Jeez. Yeah, Cause has a little Cause bear. So this is all new construction. So I'll zoom in on this. This is what it's gonna look like when everything is done. It's gonna be all brand new down in here, but I wonder how that's gonna work with the ice skating rink, because it looks like they're gonna put in permanent trees here. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. A little weird. James says, I was in the 3rd grade when President Kennedy was assassinated. Wow. David says, we built this city on sausage rolls. Check out the horse here. We just have a casual New York City horse cruising around. Grant says, any ideas when the renovations will be finished? I honestly have no idea. let's check it out. Let's walk around and we'll check it out. We'll see if there's a date where it's going to be finished, but I don't think they give a date when it's going to be finished. But we'll check it out. We'll see. Oh, just okay. Anticipated completion winter of 2021. So that's like now. As depressing as that sounds. Here, we'll check it out real quick. So this is the new Rockefeller Center. I mean, it pretty much looks the same, but these statues are new right here. These are all brand new. This was not here before. Is there a forest in New York City? I guess you can consider Central Park a mini forest. L, the original, says, I remember being in school when 9/11 happened. My mom came and got me out of school so fast. Very dark and sad day. Same here. Make skate around the trees. Oh, potentially. Potentially. Looks out of place. Hey, T says fire. TK says fire. What's going on? Ruby says saw Maroon 5 in concert 3 times when they barely came out. Great live performance. Yeah, they're a great talent. It looks pretty good, guys. Amy says, do you prefer walking around New York City or getting the subway? Walking around, but I mostly prefer skateboarding around. Yeah, Grant Link says it's probably going to be delayed. Here, let's zoom in on the cause statue again. Look at that. The big cause and then the little guy. Get a load of this thing. Get a load of this guy. Look at that. I think it looks cool. What do you guys think? So I used to have one in my old office, but one in black. Kiki says, I miss this NYC tradition, a hard roll with butter and a coffee. I had a bacon, egg, and cheese today. Do you have your hooves on? Oh, Karina Thompson says, L, I get my second shot on Wednesday. Well, good luck. Yeah, so L, the original, we had, so 1166 Avenue of the Americas was my old building. And we used to have one in black right in the front as you would walk in. It was so cool. I think it's closed, we're gonna get out. They're just closing, so we gotta walk out of here. Oh, so there's a digital version of Cause at the Hudson Yards? I didn't know that. In 2019, I was in Burlington, Vermont. You should go walk there too. Burlington, Vermont. I'm gonna check it out. I'm definitely gonna check it out. Burlington, Vermont. Mark Davis says, I always took the train or flew to New York City. Vermont is good for skating. Amanda says the Christmas tree. Yeah, we're definitely going to be here for the Christmas tree. Jessica says, does New York City have a lot of nature outside, or is it just parks that... Yeah, I mean, Central Park is massive. So if you want to see some really, really nice nature, go to Central Park. Or go to Riverside Park. L, the original says, Tom, have you seen the Takashi Murakami pillows? I'm probably butchering that, but I have not. What is it, L? The rainbow. So popular along with Cause. I'm gonna check it out. I haven't seen it. Hey, the A. What's up, the A? It says, ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God. Whosoever therefore be a friend of the world is the enemy of God. All right. Oh, ski, not skating, Lady O says. Sadly, only ever outskirts of NYC. Sadly, only ever seen outskirts of New York City while passing through on Dead Tour in '86 between shows in Philly and Providence. Want to finally see New York in the wintertime. Definitely, you have to. You got to come. So this is St. Patrick's Cathedral. Shiloh says, if anyone in New York City knows a good Airbnb in October, please message me. We have a hotel booked, but I'm getting nervous they will have requirements by then. Just me and my daughter, who is 18. I think you should be fine. I think you should be fine. You could probably book an Airbnb anytime, in my opinion. So we'll take a look at Rockefeller Center right here. Nicholas says, hey Tom, I've been collecting Yu-Gi-Oh cards since 2002 and just sold one of my cards for $7,800. Wow, that's crazy. Photos from around New York says the Ramble in Central Park is more like hike than an urban area. I would agree. Vermont is expensive. I've been house hunting New England for 2 years, still searching, says Disney cast member. Hey, Rosie says, buenos noches, Tom. Hasta mañana. Hasta mañana. Mark Davis says, Tom, are you planning to go back to Miami again one day? Yeah, so Mark, hopefully I can close on this property. I'm still in negotiations, but yeah, so the goal is to be half and half, 50-50, split the time between, between New York City and Miami. That is the goal. So here we are outside of St. Patrick's Cathedral. Amy says this is so calming and enjoyable to watch. Thank you so much for this. No problem, Amy. Absolutely. Hey, Jay Traders is here because of AK. What is up, Jay Trader? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. We're not on the skateboard tonight because I thought it was going to rain, but welcome. And I hope you're enjoying the stream, my friend. David says, where is downtown? Probably 20 blocks the other way. 34th Street, Midtown. Lady O says, good night, Tom. Have to get up early in the morning. So happy you're back. Good night, everybody. Lady O, have a great night. Have a good sleep. And I will see you in the next one. Very smooth chat, says the Mighty Bull. But this is the outside of St. Patrick's Cathedral. You can see the architecture here. James is here because of Boogie Bob. Hey, we love Boogie Bob here. I'm always tuning into the live at 5. Hey, Manny Explores. What's up, Manny? What's going on, Manny Explores? How are you? We're outside the St. Patrick's Cathedral. Ren says Boogie Bob. Hey, Manny Explorer says not much, just getting off of work. And you? We're just hanging out. No skateboard tonight though, Manny, because I thought it was gonna rain. So we were just walking from the Upper West Side now down to Midtown. Roy says great coverage. Thank you for the stream. No problem, Roy. Thank you for joining. Thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate it. Penelope says, wow, the contrast. So you can see One Vanderbilt right here. That's the top of One Vanderbilt. War Walker says, amazing. ZZ says, is this Hercules? Yes. Right here. You can see. David says, is this an Irish church? Yes. St. Patrick is Irish church. My middle name is Patrick. Grant says, when do you usually sleep? Wall Street? Usually maybe like 12 or 1 a.m. What time is it now? I don't even know what time it is. Could anybody give us a quick time check? I apologize, but I forgot. I don't even know what time it is. So we're walking up 5th Avenue. Oh, it's midnight already. Wow. So I have to walk back to 59th Street anyway. So I'll take you guys along for the ride. So this is the Versace building here on 5th Avenue. I love the white marble architecture. I think it looks great. So if my phone dies, everybody, I appreciate you all being here. I hope you have a great week. Hope everybody had a great Monday. It's about to be Tuesday in about a couple minutes here, so hopefully we can kick off the Tuesday together before the phone dies. But if it does, I appreciate everybody that's being here. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you are new. We usually skateboard around the city and talk about finance and all that good stuff. So if you want to be a part of it, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. This is one of my other favorite buildings here too, with the British flag, French, and American flag. It looks great. NYC says, thank you, Tom and everybody. No problem. James is amazing video. Thank you. Rodri, what's up? Amy says, I live in a rural village where nothing is open past 9 p.m. So a 24/7 like New York City is incredible to me. Wow, that's awesome. Hey, AZ, what's up, AZ? Just got here. War Walker says, how about getting a vlogging camera? I'll think about it. I think I'll consider it. I think it's a good idea. Yeah, War Walker says, we need more times with you. Hey, Renzo says, hi from Peru. What's up, everybody from Peru? Photos from around New York says, make sure to 360 kickflip that like button and be sure to subscribe. Appreciate that, Photos from around New York. I'm just sitting here looking at this building. It's one of my favorites. Hey, Prince Waya says, looks so peaceful. It is peaceful, really peaceful. Julie says, nices. Shiloh says, is Washington Heights an okay area? It's okay, but I think now there's a lot better places to stay than Washington Heights. But Washington Heights is very nice. But I mean, if you're new to New York and you're not from here, there's so many other places to stay than Washington Heights. So I mean, in my personal opinion, I would not stay there. If you're visiting, if like you're a tourist, you don't really need to be going to Washington Heights. But Washington Heights is very nice. But, you know, you can get an Airbnb in the Upper West Side. That's going to be the same price and it's better. But just stay away from that for now. Amy says just subbed and followed you on Twitter and Insta. Love your post already. Oh, awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, my Twitter is mainly just like finance stuff, so it's very boring. But this is the Microsoft store. David says New York is more European than Europe. Mark Davis says Johnny Strides is in New York City now, Tom. He's from Toronto. Yes, Johnny Strides. He's great. He's great. I watch his stuff all the time. Disney cast member says, Tom, who did you say is from Rochester? Kiki, our pal Kiki, is from Rochester. Well, look at the architecture on this building. Beautiful. Check that out. Wow. Wow, the architecture is crazy. Boogie Bob is great. I like Boogie Bob. Very funny guy. Good guy. Good personality. Hey, Ruby says, thank you, Tom and everyone. Have a blessed night and get home safe, my friend. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. St. Thomas Church. Yes, it is. Right here, we're at St. Thomas Church. Yeah, believe it or not, there's unbelievable architecture in Buffalo, New York. Absolutely. DJ says, Tom, buenos noches. Have a great week. Nice stream. Thank you, DJ. Be safe. We're walking down 5th Avenue in New York City. Very dead. There's almost not a car in sight. This is very unusual. Jessica says, have you seen any Marvel actors in New York City? There's some that live there. I don't know who've seen them. I've never seen any. But again, I'm like really oblivious to that stuff. So if a big famous actor ever walked right past me, like I'm just so bad at that stuff. I'm so oblivious. Usually when I'm walking down the street in the city, I'm so focused on like work or something else, like I'm just oblivious. Hey, Princess, I've never walked this late at night in New York City, up this far at least. AZ says, Tom, what you think about Airbnb when you're traveling alone? Safe or not safe, or hotels are better? I think Airbnb is way better. Way better in my opinion. Because you got to understand something about Airbnb. The way they structure Airbnb is extremely good, because not only do you get to rate your host, the host gets to rate the guests as well. So it creates an environment where everybody's incentivized to behave. So if you stay at an Airbnb that's dirty, that's filthy, that's unsafe, it's going to be littered with reviews that are terrible. So nobody's going to want to stay at those Airbnbs. And then if you have a bad actor or a bad character that always stays at Airbnbs and misbehaves, they're going to have a ton of negative reviews. So nobody's going to accept them to stay at their Airbnb. So it creates an environment where you're incentivized to behave and to keep your property very well kept. So I think the Airbnb is great. So we are here at the Trump Tower. Photos from around New York says when you see a famous person in the street, they often just blend in like everyone else. That's true. I like Airbnb, but it's too expensive. There's some good deals on Airbnb, honestly. It depends on where you're staying. So we are right outside of the Trump Tower. And once we get to the end of the block where Central Park starts, we'll call it a night. And I will see you all in the next one. Hope everybody has a great night. Hope everybody stays safe. Everybody has a good week. And this is the outside of the Trump Tower we're walking past. I mean, with all politics aside, I actually do like the style of Trump Tower. Just talking about the style, not politics. Hey, Kensington Cisco's is new here. What's going on? Welcome to the stream. We're so happy to have you here, my friend. Hopefully you're having a great one. We're here at 5th Avenue on the corner of 57th Street. Right here at the Louis Vuitton building. Hey, Wong Wei 40s is 24/7. Are the NYPD always parked there? Yes, they are, 24/7. And the Trump building is right next to Tiffany Company, the big jewelry store. But Kensington Cisco is new to the channel, so welcome. Oh, Penelope's in Knoxville, Tennessee. Hey, what's up, Roy? Roy says, thanks again for the video, enjoying from Indonesia. Stay safe and healthy and keep sharing. Thank you so much. Check out the architecture on this building, looks great. Hey, Felix Santiago says, that's why you don't pay taxes, the extra money. What's up, Felix? Kiki says, be safe and well, Tom and everybody. Have a good night. War Walker says, when is your next tour, Tom? Probably tomorrow. Got a bus. Hey, Yolanda Hicks. Good evening, Yolanda. What's up? Yolanda is from Brooklyn, New York. Welcome, Brooklyn in the house. Mark Davis says, hope you make it to Canada in September. Karina, I do too. Canada's great. Always a good time. Toronto, always a good time. Hey, we got Out and About here. What's up, Out and About? Out and About is our other friend from Toronto, Canada. And it looks like we got more police vehicles jetting down the Billionaire's Row here. Looks like they were in a rush to do something. Hey, Photos from Around New York says, why are all the shops on 5th Avenue the same as the ones in the high-end mall? I wish there was some sort of variety. Lupe says, good night, take it easy. Yeah, that's a good point, Photos from Around New York. Out and About, welcome. Never a dull moment in New York City, absolutely. All right, everybody, I think I'm gonna call it a night. We've been walking around for just about 2 hours. The night did fly by. We are at the Apple Store by the Plaza Hotel. Hey, Michael W says, good afternoon from Newcastle, Australia. What is up? What is up, Michael? Welcome to the stream, Michael W. Welcome from Newcastle, Australia. We're just walking around the city. We usually skateboard around New York and talk about finance, but today we had a little bit of a hurricane. So this is the Plaza Hotel, for those of you who don't know. Are those black vehicles with the sirens and lights cop cars? Yes, they are. Indeed, they are. Oh, wow, I'm tired. Hey, Alo De Vera says, hello, bro. Michael W says, loving the walk. Can't wait to get there one day. You gotta come. The most famous hotel in New York City. Absolutely. Brandy says, I hope you have a good rest. Good night, Tom. Thank you so much. War Walker says, nighty night, our hero, Tom. Mark Davis says, big difference Tom, between Miami and New York City. So it's a little weird. I mean, being in Miami feels like being in New York City because there's a lot of New Yorkers. So there's a lot of similarities between Miami and New York City, but I really like the weather. Franklin says, what city is this? Franklin, we are in New York City, pal. Hey, Prince Wyatt says, I've been in New York City my whole life. All right, everyone, I really got to head out. But thank you for joining me tonight. Hey, Mark's here. Says, hi, Tom. How you doing? I'm doing really well. We're just about to end the stream. I'm going to call it a night, but I appreciate everybody joining. It's great to be back in New York. Everybody, it's good to see you again. Good to talk to everybody. So definitely subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I look forward to speaking with you guys again tomorrow. Hopefully we will be on the skateboard. So everybody have a great night. I will talk to you all tomorrow. Yeah, let's regroup tomorrow. We're gonna get it done. We're gonna do some big things. Hey, Victor says, check out Water Street. And I'll leave you off with a view of 432 Park Avenue. Amy says, thanks for the stream, Tom. Get home safe. Yolanda Hicks is our pal from Brooklyn, New York. Says, good night, everybody. Take it easy, Michael W. All of our new viewers, Kensington, Cisco. Cosmo's Scary. Everybody who's new, thank you for being here. Grant, thank you for being here. Victor, LV Original, as always, thank you for being here. Mark Davis, our pal from Toronto, Canada. Franklin, our new pal from Brazil. Welcome from Brazil. Hey, Godlove 6980, welcome. Thank you for joining. I will talk to you all later. Have a great night. Be safe. Most importantly, I'll see you all in the next one. Have a good one. Talk to you later.